Cotton is certainly big business here in Georgia, and this new exhibit inside the Georgia Grown building at the Georgia National Fair is aimed at making it even bigger by showcasing the value of cotton grown here in the state and hopefully benefiting those that produce it.
One of the great things about Georgia agriculture, it's the #1 industry in the state, but it could be by far and away the #1 industry if we could conceive of and develop ways to add value to Georgia agricultural products, retain more profit in the hands of those who produce. We could have an even far greater impact in terms of employment, economic activity, and whatever. So cotton's a great example, We grow some of the best cotton in the world. We're very good at it, but we have no capacity within the state to use that cotton.
However, as Bridges explains, that has changed thanks to Zeke Chapman, owner of Magnolia Loom, a company dedicated to producing shirts made of 100% cotton that's grown in Georgia.
This exhibit is a sort of an experiential embodiment of what has happened in the last few years. So we have a young entrepreneur from rural Georgia, from Sandersville, who has taken it upon themselves to buy cotton from Georgia farmers and produce garments right here in the state that reflect the use of our products, adding value to Georgia cotton in a way that helps the farmer, helps a small upstart business created by a young entrepreneur from rural Georgia. It definitely helps economic development in that small town of Sandersville. And so that's what this exhibit is about, is us demonstrating to the people who come through the fair that we can add value to Georgia agricultural products in a way that benefits everyone.
And according to Zeke, he hopes the exhibit will help with rejuvenating the textile industry here in the state. As he says, one of the biggest challenges is the fact that not all of the parts of the shirt making process are done here in Georgia.
Doing what we do isn't easy. Finding the supply chain that we have has been really tough. Just learning the garment industry as a whole has been really hard. To know that cotton is spun into yarn and then knit and then finished and then cut and sewn and garment dyed. There's a lot of different steps in what we do, and part of why we're doing this is to bring that supply chain back to the state of Georgia. It was here years ago. Our goal is to see that come back. Right now our cotton's grown in Georgia and our sewing is done in Georgia, and our goal is to continue to move parts of that supply chain back to the state of Georgia.
In the end, however, the most important thing they hope to achieve is just making that connection to agriculture with anyone that comes to the fair by telling the important story of Georgia cotton.
I think it's important for individuals, especially those coming to the fair, to know what agriculture is about, where their food comes from, where their fiber comes from, where their shelter comes from. And this is an awesome opportunity for us to tell that story, that seed to shirt story of how cotton started and how it ends up in processing to the shirt that you have on your back.
Reporting in Perry for the Farm Monitor, I'm John Holcomb.